So good evening. Today we will see hardness of water. So first of all, what is hardness of water? Hardness of water is nothing but the soap consuming capacity of water. So what is soap consuming capacity? When any water, if that water is hard one, then what happens? The hardness causing reagent means calcium and magnesium present in the water, they get combined with the soap, and instead of forming the lather, they will form the scum. So during the formation of scum, some sort of soap get wasted, so therefore we can call it as a soap consuming capacity of water is nothing but the hardness of water. Mean, for example, if we consider the soft water and hard water. Soft water means what? The water which causes the lather or which form the lather easily in water, that water is called as soft water. And the water which does not form lather easily, that water called in presence of soap, that water is called as the hard water. So what happens when water is soft one and what happens when water is hard one? If the water is soft one, then what happens? That soap, which is nothing but the sodium salt of higher fatty acid, that soap get directly combined with the water and it will form the soluble compound with lather forming reagent. Means lather get formed easily. But instead of soft water, if water is hard one and we are using the soap in hard water, then what happens? Instead of forming this compound, this soap get combined with calcium and magnesium salt and it will form the insoluble compound, which we generally call it as a scum. So when this scum is formed, that some sort of soap get consumed, so that is nothing but the soap consuming capacity of water. And whenever this scum is formed, that soap get consumed, and when all this calcium and magnesium salt finish, then that soap combined with water molecule and it will form the lather. In case of hard water, this water is hard one, then all calcium and magnesium ion they first combine with that soap and its scum is formed, and when calcium and magnesium ion get finished, then soap get combined with water and it will form the soluble compound and lather get formed. So this is about the hard water and soft water. So whatever hardness it is of two types. First one is temporary hardness and second one is permanent hardness. So what is temporary hardness? Temporary hardness is nothing but the bicarbonate hydroxide of calcium and magnesium and other metal. For example, CaCO3, MgCO3, CaHCO3 twice, MgHCO3 twice, NaOH, such type of salt they causes temporary hardness to the water sample. Why it is called as temporary hardness? Because temporary hardness, it can be easily removed by mere boiling of water. Means why temporary hardness is temporary one? Because it can be easily removed by just mere boiling of water. Means when we boil the water, then what happens? Whatever the hardness which causes temporary, whatever the salt which causes temporary hardness, these salt, for example MgHCO3, CaHCO3 twice, they get converted into hydroxide and carbonate, which are insoluble and they get collected at bottom of container. Means when water contains the temporary hardness which can be easily removed, then when we boil that water, what happens? These temporary hardness causing salt, they get converted into the insoluble compound and they get collected at the bottom of container and upper water is free from temporary hardness. So that temporary hardness can be called as, it can be removed easily by mere boiling of water. So it is temporary one. Second one is permanent. Why it is permanent one? Because it cannot be easily removed by mere boiling of water. We have to do the chemical treatment to remove the permanent hardness. So what is permanent hardness? Chloride, sulfate, nitrate of only calcium and magnesium is nothing but the permanent hardness. So what are that? CaCl2, MgCl2, CaSO4, MgSO4, CaNO3 twice, MgNO3 twice. These salt they causes the permanent hardness to the water sample. So this is the two types of hardness, temporary hardness and permanent hardness. So before finishing we have to study how to determine the hardness. So just like acidity, acid-base titration is used for acidity, alkalinity, chloride content we use the precipitation titration, and for hardness we are using the complexometric titration. Why the name complexometric? Because complex is formed during the titration, so the name is complexometric titration. For that, water sample is hard water one which contain calcium and magnesium ion, which we are determining in complexometric titration. For that we are using EDTA, means water sample it is titrated with EDTA and EBT indicator is used. So what happened when complexometric titration? Whatever the calcium and magnesium salts which are present in the hard water, which we are determining, they get combined with the EBT indicator and they form the complex which has wine red color. So this wine red color, when it is treated with the incoming EDTA from burette, this less stable complex which get converted into more stable complex, means in first reaction whatever the calcium and magnesium ion which are present in the water, they combine with EBT and they form the complex which has wine red color, and this wine red color when we are treating with EDTA, this less stable complex will get converted into more stable complex with removal of EBT indicator which has blue color. So end point is from wine red to sky blue. When we get the end point, we have to stop there, we have to note down that reading and we have to put that value into the formula. Hardness is equal to ml of EDTA into normality of EDTA into 50 into 1000 by 50, because we are calculating equivalent to CaCO3. Why 1000? Because we are calculating per liter whole divided by ml of water used. So this is about whole hardness of water. Thank you.